Hello everyone, this is Devasudha working as an assistant professor in the Department of CSE, St. Martin's Engineering College, Secunderabad. And today I am going to take the video about software development models and DevOps. So why this video is very helpful for those who want to know about the DevOps. That is, DevOps is the future technology in the software development process. So in this topic, I am going to explain about the DevOps and then tools and what is the advantages of the DevOps and then benefits of the DevOps. Here, the main agenda of this lecture is, first of all, I will explain about the waterfall model and then agile model, and then I will explain about DevOps overview. After that, I will explain about the life cycle. Then what are the different tools available in the DevOps, and these are all the familiar tools available in the DevOps for the software development process. And after that, I am going to explain about the benefits of the DevOps in this video in detail. So the first of all, I am going to explain about the traditional waterfall model. So in the traditional waterfall model, we have started from the first phase called as requirement analysis. So in the requirement analysis, we are gathering the requirements from the clients and we are going to analyze. This is the first phase in the waterfall model. And in second phase, this is the system design phase. After analyzing the requirements, we are coming for the system design phase. So in the design phase, we are going to design the requirements according to the client needs. After the designing phase, the developer is going to develop the model by using some coding, that is language. They will use which language they want to use. According to the language, they develop the coding. After that, after completing the coding, the testing process starts. After testing, they have to implement this software with the production. After that, we have to give the maintenance phase. In that maintenance phase, we have to develop the software and the client needs, whether the client needs are satisfied or not, we have to check. Okay, that is the maintenance phase. And after that, why we are calling it as a waterfall model means, from the requirement analysis phase, we are coming to the system design phase. After that, after completing the design phase, we have to come to the development phase. After development phase, testing phase. Then testing phase completed means we have to go for the implementation and then maintenance. So this is like waterfall from the top to bottom. Once you have completed, once you are in the maintenance phase, you can't go back to the requirement phase. That is the disadvantage in the waterfall model. So here, the next one, I am going to explain about what are all the advantages of the waterfall model. Here I will explain, this is the simple to implement, and also the requirements are simple and explicitly declared. And also the start and end points for each and every phase is defined before itself. After that, release date of the complete product as well as final cost can be developed before itself. So these are all some of the advantages of the waterfall model. So because this is the simple to implement and simple projects can be used by using this waterfall model. And we are having many disadvantages of the waterfall model also. And here, what are the disadvantages here means, in this model, risk factor is higher. Whenever you are taking the complex project, this model is not suitable for the complex project. Only simple projects it is suitable. So this is the one of the disadvantage. And this model cannot accept the changes in the requirements. For example, if you are developing the software, So in the middle, the client is not accepting the requirements. Then what you have to do means you are in the coding phase. In the coding phase, the client is telling that this requirement is not satisfied for me. So you just update that requirements like that. If the client is telling means you can't go back to the requirement analysis phase. That is not possible in the waterfall model. That is one of the disadvantage of the waterfall model. And it becomes very tough to go back to any previous phase also. Okay, and for example, if any application has the coding phase, they are in the coding phase. Now the customer is telling that he want to change the requirements means again he can't go to the requirement phase. So these are all the some of the disadvantages in the waterfall model. To overcome this disadvantage, we are having the agile model. So in this agile model, we are having incremental and then iterative process. So incremental and iterative process means again and again that process is going on, and they will split the complex projects into sprint. Okay, so one iteration there will be having analysis phase, design phase, testing phase, and everything will be there. So that iterative process is incremented day by day. Okay, so that is called the incremental and iterative process. The agile means it is ability to respond to changes from the requirements and technology and people. Why we are telling like this means, what is the disadvantages identified in the waterfall model? That waterfall model, it is giving the requirement that customer is not satisfied with the requirement. We can't go back to the previous phase. But in the agile model, we can the iterative process we are doing. So in this iterative process, what we are doing means, if any changes occurs in the middle of the software development process, that will be again and again that feedback is given to the phase itself. Okay, so that's why what is the disadvantages identified in the waterfall model, that is rectified in the agile model. So it is very friendly with the customer satisfaction. So that's why this model is used today. And what are the working of the agile model means, here we are having multiple iterations. So if you are having one iteration, if it is completed means at the end of the iteration, it will be the feedback will be asked by the client, and the client will give the feedback to the developer team, and the developer team again he will do the process again, and the software development process will be continued without stopping. Okay, so that's why it delivers multiple software requirements, and each iterations are last for 2 to 3 weeks. So every iteration they will give 2 to 3 weeks. Within that they will complete, and again they will give ask the feedback of the customer, and they will get the feedback. If any mistakes happen, they will rectify that mistake, then again they will complete the software development process. That's why the rapid project development is possible in the agile model. And this is the diagrammatic view of the agile model, and this is the iteration 1, iteration 2, iteration 3. So every iteration there will be the planning phase, requirement analysis, design, building, and then testing. So every iteration they will ask the customer whether the product is satisfied or not. So every iteration, so they will make one prototype. Okay, so that prototype is given to the customer, and the customer will see the prototype, and whether any changes of requirement is there, the customer will give the requirement to the developer. Then they will start again next iteration. Then that requirement mistake will be completed here, and then they will continue the process in the next iteration. Like that, the agile model will have the iteration phases and incremental. Incremental means, so the last phase, if it is not okay means, they will complete here itself and they will go for the next step. They won't go for the previous iteration. So that is the working of the agile model. So this diagram shows you very clear explanation about the traditional waterfall model and the agile model. And here you see any ideas if their client is giving, that is defined or planned here. After that, that will code is made, and then it will integrate, then test. After that, final software product will be delivered. So this is the waterfall. This is the traditional waterfall model. Here another model is, we have seen that agile model, agile method. So in this agile method, I told you that you will be having iteration 1, iteration 2, iteration 3, like that. So if one iteration completed, it will given to the review and adjustment of the customer. Okay, the customer will verify that whether the requirements are satisfied, then they will start the next iteration. Like that, every iteration we will be having review and adjustable of the requirements and the satisfaction from the customer. Then at last the final software will be delivered. So this is the waterfall model, and then this is the agile model. So now we are going to see about what are the advantages of the DevOps when comparing to this waterfall model and then agile model. So for example, I am going to take one web application. I am going to take one web application. So in this web application, I want to develop the software by using waterfall model. And another model I am going to take as agile model. So here this web application, how I am going to develop means, for example, I want to develop this waterfall model from January, February, March, April, May. So I am having this duration. Within this duration, I want to develop one software model for creating web application. So in the waterfall model, what we have to do means, we will be having phases, right? So what are all the phases we are having means, requirement phase, and then analysis requirement phase, coding phase, testing phase, and then maintenance phase. Like that, we will be having these many number of phases. Now you see, so we are having these many time. So from January, you are started your project development. In the January month, you are completing the requirement phase. After completing the requirement, you have to start the coding phase. After the coding phase, you have to go for the testing. Okay, so in the testing is completed in the March month, and then April, and then May. Okay, so whenever you want to complete your project, it is taking the lifespan of January to May. Okay, this is the waterfall model. So if you are stopped in the testing phase, you can't go back to the requirement phase. You can't do. That is the disadvantage in the waterfall model. Now we can see the agile model. So in this agile model, same like that. I am having January, February, March, April, May. Like that, you will be having months. Okay, so duration you have assigned. So in this duration, you have to complete your web application. So for example, here in this January month, how the phases, the development starts here means, first you have to start about the requirement, coding, and then test, and then maintenance. So in the January month itself, we have started our project, and requirement, coding, testing, maintenance all have started, and we have developed one prototype. Now this prototype is given to the February. Now this project you have given to the customer. The next month the customer is seeing your requirement, and he will check whether this prototype is satisfied or not. If it is satisfied, we can continue to the next month, and we can start our remaining process. This is only prototype only. So whenever you are going to the next month, you have to start the next phase. So in that phase also you will be having requirements, coding, testing, maintenance and all. So some process only completed in the first phase, first January month, and the next month you are asking the feedback about the prototype from the customer, and then only if the customer is satisfied, then you are starting the next iteration. And the customer, if we give some extra feedback or any additional features he want to add, means you are adding in this next iteration, and you are continuing your development, and then again you are asking the feedback about the customer. Okay, so next again he will continue the process, the requirement, coding, testing, maintenance and all, again he will start. So now you see, this is the comparison between waterfall model and then agile model. So in the waterfall model, how much time it is taking for developing the software? Up to May I am doing the same development process only. But here you see, up to March I have most probably completed my project. So by using that, I am here lastly I told you that after completing maintenance, you are giving the product to the customer. The customer is telling that I am not satisfied. If he is not satisfied, again you have to go from the requirement, again you have to continue from the requirement, from the maintenance, again that cycle will be repeated, that you have to restart. But here in the agile model, it is not like that. Whenever you are developed your prototype, you are giving the feedback to the next iteration, and then that will be started, and then the time is reduced. So this is the comparison between the waterfall model and then agile model. And you will be having the question, right? So why we are discussing about the waterfall model and then agile model? While discussing the DevOps, means the DevOps is comparatively and competitively based on the agile model only. So what is the process of agile model? What we are doing, the DevOps is maintaining that process only. So that's why I am explaining this waterfall model, agile model. If we are knowing about this model very clearly, then we can understand the DevOps very easily. That's why I am explaining what is the traditional method, and then nowadays we are using the agile model. So next, we will start about the next one. So this is the advantage, already I explained. What the customer satisfaction. The customer satisfaction is very important, and agile is satisfied this one. And after that, the product is developed fast and frequently delivered. So the time period is very more. And then face-to-face conversation is the best. So with the customer, we are directly asking what is the need. So that's why we are the agile model is very useful. And what is the disadvantage here? Means to overcome these disadvantages, we are using the DevOps. So what is the disadvantage in the agile model? Means it is not useful for small development projects. Only complex development projects only done by the agile model. But small development projects we can't make. That's why there is a lack of intensity. It is unnecessary designing and then documentation. So it requires an expert project member. All the expert project members required. That then only we can develop the model very nicely. So the cost of agile development methodology is so more. Okay, and the project can quickly go out of track. And if the project manager is not clear about the aim of the project, he cannot develop the project and it will not go forward. These are all the some of the disadvantages of the agile model. So to overcome this agile model, we are going for the DevOps. So in this DevOps, what we are doing means, you see this figure. In this figure, developer is there and operations team is there. So developer, what he is thinking means, he created one robot. Okay. So in this robot, he has created within room, and the robot analyzes the temperature and the environment of the room. And after that, this robot is given to the operations team. So whenever that robot is given to the operations team, what she is doing means, she is testing that robot in the open area. So whenever the robot is testing in the open area, the robot is not responding to the not responding, and whatever the output he is getting, that robot is not able to respond. But the developer has developed good robot, but whenever you are giving that robot, the same robot, to the operation team, that robot is not working. So what is the problem here? He has developed the robot in the room and she is testing the robot in the outer area. So whenever you are developing this robot in the room, it is perfectly fine and it is working. But whenever it is given to the operations team, that is, the environment is different. So it is not working there. So why we need DevOps means, their union we need. So what the developer and then operation, they are collaborating with each other. Then they are discussing that when the robot is in closed place, what is the responsibility that should have, and then if it is in the open area, what is the function of the robot. And they are discussing with each other and they are making the flowchart, and then they are using some of the tools, and then they have to automate with the help of tools. So their union is the core of the DevOps approach. So DevOps is nothing but there is a collaboration between development team and then operation team. So this is the definition for the DevOps. Here the DevOps is the set of practices that combines the software development and then operations. And there are many strategies are there, and it is giving the value to the software development, and it gives many principles for developing the software model. And there are many methodologies are there in the DevOps, and also automated tools are available for developing our software. And this is the life cycle of the DevOps. And here the starting one is planning stage. In that planning stage, he will use some of the planning methods, and then after that the code is checked, and this code is given to the Git tool. There is one tool in the DevOps. That tool will check the coding and then it will be tested. So after that, this coding is given to the build, and the build will be completed by using some of the tools called Gradle, Maven. After that, after completing the build process, that is given to the test. So after completing the test stage, that is given to the operations team. Operations team uses some of the tools called Ansible, Puppet, Docker. These and all some of the deployment tool used by the DevOps engineers. And this is monitored by using the Nagios tool. And this is the life cycle of the DevOps. Here you see, first they are planning the requirements, then they are making the coding, then building the coding by using some of the tools, and testing by using the tool called Selenium. After that, this is called the development process. So this development process is completed in one phase, and after that, if we want to give this product to the next phase, here this is called the operations phase. In this operations phase, we have to deploy this project to the operations team. So whenever you want to deploy this project, we have to integrate this development team and then operation team by using the tool called Jenkins. So the Jenkins is the very popular tool available in the DevOps. It will automate the integration process between the development team and then operation team. This is the life cycle of the DevOps. And these are all the many tools we are using in every stage of the process. And why we are telling this continuous build and test means, here you see this circle, whatever the things syntax here available here means, this line is start from planning phase and then build, test, and then dip operation, after that monitor, and then again we are integrating with this. So this symbol is like infinity. So infinity means the continuous process will be going on from the developer team and then operation team up to the monitoring stage. So this is the symbol of the DevOps. So based on this symbol, we are calling it as continuous. So every phase we are telling this continuous build, continuous testing, continuous integration, continuous deployment, and then continuous monitoring. So this is the phase we are using. So in the continuous development phase, first the developers are writing the code and they are pushing that code to the some source code management tool. After that, that code is get back from the source code management team, and then it is the process is going on here. Now I am going to show the video on the DevOps, where we are combining the DevOps and then operations team. Okay, in this video we are starting the software development process, and this developer is maintaining this developer team, and the developer team writing the coding, and then what are all the things they need, they will do the project. After that, when the development team hand over the project to the operation team maintaining all the setup for what are all the environment they need for the projection of the project. After that, the development team and then operation team, they are collaborating with each other, and the operation team will give the feedback to the development team, and again they will the feedback will given to in any iteration. After that, the development team, operation team, they will come collaborating with each other, and they are discussing with what are all the requirements they have to complete. Okay, so the requirements will be completed. After that, the feedback also getting back. So what we are identifying here means, what are the disadvantages we have identified in the waterfall model and then agile model. That disadvantage is overcoming here, and by using the DevOps, we are saving the time span of the development process. After that, they are getting the customer satisfaction, we are increasing in the development process, and also we are using automatic tools, so that automatic tools will help to increase the lifetime of the development process. This is the whatever the coding, planning. After that, the different types of tools in the coding phase, what are the tools we are using, and then build phase, Maven and Gradle tool we are using. After that, here building phase, testing phase, there are automatic tool called Selenium, and then for integrating these DevOps and then development team and then operation team, we are using the Jenkins tool. So for the deployment, we are using some Docker. For operation and maintenance, then feedback is given again to the developer team. That process is continuously going on up to the satisfaction of the customer. That is the main advantage of the DevOps. So I hope you have very clear idea about the DevOps for maintaining the software development process. So I thank you all for hearing this video. Thank you very much.